Hello, how are we doing, everybody? Good to see you all. I was just going to make a video and I thought, "Do you know what? Let's just do it as a live stream. It's not a news show. I'm not going to be on for long. I've not even eaten yet. I've been really busy, but I just thought, "Do you know what? By the time I've put together a video and edited it, we'll just do it live." So I'm just going to be gathering some documents together. So I'm going to be doing this as a bit of a live research. We're going to learn as we're going along. Welcome, everybody. Oh, thank you, Danny. That's really kind of you. Welcome, everybody. So, like I say, I was going to put together a video of what we know so far. And what I think is going on here. And I'm still unsure, but I think there's more to this. There is more to this tree going. I genuinely believe it. So, just give me 1 second. I'm just setting up now. Right. Okay. I think this. I genuinely believe that there's something going on here. Now, you guys may think, "Oh, it's just a conspiracy." No, this has been done by a professional and they blamed it on a 16-year-old. So what we're going to do first, we're just going to explain a little bit about this tree because some people won't know what it is. Now, the Sycamore Gap. Now, I didn't really get to talk about it because I've been streaming on my other channel. And so I haven't really covered this very much at all. So let me just get some information up and we're going to get the history up of this. Now, the history is contested on how old it is. Some say it's 300 years old and some say it's not as old as that. So we know that it was in the Robin Hood movie. Right, let's just get this up now. It's one of the, I think it's the most photographed tree in the UK. Welcoming everyone if you're coming in. I apologise for the short notice. I was literally just about to start making a video. I thought by the time I've edited it and everything, I may have just done it live. They've now arrested a second person. Something doesn't add up here, right? It just, when something feels off, like the Nicola Bulley case, something felt off from the beginning. Something feels off with this. Doesn't feel right. Right then, we're just going to say we've got 69 watching. Please hit the like or the dislike. I really appreciate everyone that's here. So this is the tree. Now that's you can see it's one of the most photographed tree in the it is the most photographed tree in the UK. It's in Northumbria. It's near Hadrian's Wall, which is up near Scotland, but it's in England. And it's between 200 and 300 years old, but they don't know exactly how old it is. And it's got a lot of symbolism in it, and the sycamore has symbolism in it. So this is why I want to delve into a bit of its history, and I want to look into who they think did it and why I think that there's more to this. You think about it, they arrested a 16-year-old. A 16-year-old kid was arrested. They didn't name him, but they arrested him straight away. As the first we heard about the tree going was this arrest. Now, anyone that's seen the picture of the tree taken down, which I'll show you shortly, you'll see that this isn't a little kid. This isn't some kids messing about, like having a bit of a, hitting it with a like a Stanley blade and setting fire to it and all this other weird stuff. This isn't vandalism. This is not children. This is a professional takedown. And the authorities have realized how stupid they look by accusing a 16-year-old, because people are going, hang on a minute, this doesn't make sense. So now they've arrested a lumberjack and tried to blame it onto him. I still think something is off here. I believe this is some sort of ritual. I don't know. Let's just have a quick delve into it. Right, I'm not going to have time to do all my hellos because I say this was going to be a video. So I'm doing it as a live stream. I'm doing it as a live stream, but it's going to be kept short and sweet because this is just on this subject, and then I'm going to be going. So for people that want to watch the replay, they're not having to listen to me talking to everybody. They just want to know what's going on with the tree, like you would in a video. So it's going to be put together like a video. But just bear with me. Hang on a minute. Let's get this up. I just want to say hello to everybody who's watching me live. I really appreciate you all, but I can't do all my individual hellos. I see there's quite a few people in. We've got 77 watching. Gemma is here. You did really, 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 really well, Gem. I love you, darling. I decided to do it live. Shona's here. Thank you, Gem. Loads of people are here, and I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you all. Right then, here we go. So, enjoy magnificent views of Hadrian's Wall. I went to Hadrian's Wall when I was a little kid. I don't really remember it. I should go back, really. So the sycamore tree is one of the most photographed trees in the country. It stands in a dramatic dip in Hadrian's Wall in the Northumberland National Park. In late 2016, it took the crown for English Tree of the Year in the Woodlands Trust Awards. The Roman Mile Castle 39 is just to its left. It's known as Castle Nick as it sits in a nick in the hillside. The site was excavated between 1908 and 1911 and then re-excavated between 1982 and 1987. In the southeast corner, there was a stone oven, and the southwest corner, a rectangular building with a sunken floor associated with Roman finds. The Mile Castle appears to have been occupied until the late 4th century. In the 18th century, a possible milking house was built. So this tree is significant because it is just next to this Roman Mile Castle from the 4th century. Now, this is the same tree that was used in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It was also used in the video, with Brian Adams' video of the movie. Everyone will remember it who's older than about 35 like me, and 43 will remember it was on charts for about 11 weeks or something stupid. It drove us all insane. So there we have Hadrian's Wall, and there we have this tree. Now, what I want to do in this live stream, I just want to have a look into who they're accusing and how it was done and what the symbolism of this tree falling means. So is there a meaning to the tree? What does the sycamore tree, what is its meaning? Because I think there's something going on here. I really do. It could also be, it could be some sort of ritual. Okay, just bear with me. So we're going to go with who was arrested first and who's been arrested now. So just going to get this up. Just give me one sec. I'm just going to close that down a moment. I hope you're all well. Please hit the like or the dislike. Let me know. It helps me out. It lets me know whether you like the content or if you don't. So straight away, we heard about a 16-year-old arrested. They haven't told us when it happened. They haven't told us why they believe that it was a 16-year-old at first. And they haven't told us when it was found and by whom. Now, I'm just having a quick look online here, right? Now, you may remember a few days ago, they did say they'd arrested a 16-year-old. If I've just put in Sycamore Gap 16-year-old arrested, right, there's nothing. It's like they've wiped the internet of the 16-year-old. It was all over the news about 3 days ago. Here we go. Now, Al Jazeera. This is how silly we have to be. We have to go to Al Jazeera to find stuff out. Our media are trying to hide. So it says second arrest. Now there's the tree, as you can see there. That is a clean cut. I can't make it bigger, but I will shortly be showing you some photos. Man in his 60s has now been arrested. Earlier, after arresting a 16-year-old. Now, how would a 16-year-old do that? You know, and why? We've got to ask why. Why would anybody want to do this? Any locals to this area would not want to do this, okay? Hello, everyone coming in. I'm sorry if I'm not speaking in chat. I want to keep this short and sweet. I want to focus on the tree. And instead of doing it as a video, I'm doing it as a live stream. So I'm not going to be interacting much with chat. I apologise. But thank you so much for being here. Everyone that's here, I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense. Now, let's just think for a minute. Even if a 16-year-old kid was being a bit of a vandal, they wouldn't cut it down. They might do something stupid like write, you know, Liam loves Lucy or something stupid on it, or set fire to it with a lighter and make a few burn marks. That is at the most. I can't see many gangs of 16-year-olds hanging around the middle of nowhere in Northumberland National Park. If this was in the middle of London, then I would believe that. I don't believe that a local 16-year-old has decided one day to go and chop this tree down, which it would take some work. So I'm going to rule that out. And I think that the powers that be have realised how stupid they look for arresting a 16-year-old. So now they've arrested a man. They've arrested a lumberjack. Police in the United Kingdom made their second arrest over the cutting down of an ancient tree that stood for hundreds of years near the Roman landmark of Hadrian's Wall. An apparent act of vandalism. Apparent. We don't know that. Hours after a 16-year-old was freed on bail. Like, why did they arrest him? What evidence do they have against this lad? Northumbria police said on Friday that a man in his 60s was arrested. And we're going to see about this in a minute. He is being questioned in custody for what detectives described as a deliberate act of vandalism. Now, why would a 69-year-old man want to go around? And he was a tree surgeon. Why would a 69-year-old man local man want to cut down this historic tree, especially if you're a tree surgeon? It doesn't make any sense. So we go on. The senseless destruction of what is undoubtedly a world-renowned landmark and a local treasure has quite rightly resulted in an outpouring of shock, horror and anger throughout the North East and further afield. I hope this second arrest demonstrates, said the police, just how seriously we are taking the situation and our ongoing commitment to find those responsible and bring them to justice. How can they be brought to justice? There's no way you could ever have any justice for killing this tree. So the police have said their investigation is ongoing. So this is the Northumbria police update here. Okay, so here we go. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you. Now, this is another thing that makes me think that this is lies, because I'm going to show you now the 69-year-old they've arrested. Now, why on earth would they picture said 69-year-old? There is no way in hell. This is the thing, it's trial by media. Why would they do that? They think about it. If this guy was guilty, why is his face all over the internet? So we're going to grab him up now. Let me just see if I can find him. Now, yesterday they had a picture of him bare-chested in the sun. Let me just see if I can find it. And I thought to myself, they're having a giraffe. It reminds me of those two train spotters that were, if you remember, they were arrested for the drone that brought no footage of the drone was ever seen, that brought down Gatwick Airport, or was it Heathrow, if you remember that? Then we never found out what that was either, did we? Right, we've had some breaking news as well of a local fireball in Oxford City. So we're going to get onto that in a moment as well. So we will cover the tree and we'll cover that because that is breaking news that has just happened. So I'm just trying to find this image of this guy. Just bear with me. It looks like they've got rid of it now. Interesting. Just while I'm going to look for that, let me just see what this is. Breaking news, guys. Okay, let's just see what this is here. Inferno fears. What's this? This is over Oxford. This is breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Mystery fireball erupts, leaving sky pulsating with flames and smoke as terrified residents hear bang. Is this the alien invasion? Is it starting? Let's watch the video, guys. Again, this isn't about that, but this is breaking news.
What's that? That's massive.
This is over Oxford now, which just happened. What the hell?
Oh my God.
We need to look at all of this. This is all significant. Look, it's lighting up the sky. What the hell? Is anybody in Oxford? This is breaking news. This has just happened. I've diverted from the tree for a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. What the hell is going on? This is another video from somewhere else.
Is it still pulsating?
Yeah.
Aliens are coming.
This is weird, guys. This is really
some face oil
get rid
into
of
your
that
hands
moment.
and start.
Who's that?
Pause that there. This is over Oxford. Do we have anybody in the area? Right, let me just read. The explosion was in Chassington in Oxford. I actually heard it and I'm in Norfolk. Wow. Let's just, sorry guys, if you hear about the tree, I will continue with the tree, but this has just happened tonight, so I need to have a quick look. Right then. It says residents in Oxford were left shocked after a mystery fireball erupted in the sky. They're going to blame it on the Russians. They always do. With flames and smoke this evening. Like that, to me, looks like an atomic bomb. It's got the mushroom cloud as well. Wow. Hello, Amanda. This is weird. Like Bridget says she's in Norfolk. Right. Loving Scarborough videos. Hello. Hello. I'm not too far from Scarbados. I've just subbed to you. Welcome in. Loving Scarborough videos says lightning strike near. Are they saying it's a lightning strike? Really? They're not going to try and blame it on a 16-year-old now. Honestly, I know people call me a conspiracy theorist and a tinfoil hat wearer, which I'm proud to say I am. But all the things that I've been saying keep coming true. So, you know, there's something significant about that tree. We need to look at dates when the tree was reported, when they think it happened. We need to start looking at things. Now, Paul from Newcastle, if you're here, it not necessarily, I'm not saying a full-on nuclear bomb, Rob. I'm saying it could be a smaller one, but it just looks like it. I'm not saying it is a nuclear bomb. I'm saying it's got that look. You really are quite literally from the photo. It just has that look, is what I said. See? So, anyway, it goes on. A massive explosion and fireball. Is Paul from Newcastle here? Because he's really good at dates, and I think we need to start looking at the dates of this tree. There's some weird things are happening at the moment, so we need to start looking at the dates of these things. Looks more like a chemical boom. It's on the mainstream news now, says David. So a number of concerned citizens took to Twitter, formerly X. Just go back to calling it Twitter, for God's sake. It's so annoying. Every time I say X, formerly Twitter, just say fucking Twitter. Okay, sorry about that. to voice their concerns about the shock phenomenon. One shocking video showed the night sky illuminated by a massive ball of flames. The sky then billowed into the night, leaving locals stunned. Loud explosion, and then the sky just did this. A third user managed to grab footage of the strange event. It is currently unknown what caused the mystery bang. However, the incident is said to have taken place northwest of Oxford. So we don't know what caused it. Now, is it HARP? Are they messing around with things and they've accidentally shot it? We know they're doing stuff. Hello, everyone. The tree. Hello, Paul. Do you know any significance in the tree? Because I know you're really good with dates. I wondered what the yellow flashes were earlier, says. Who just said that? Sorry. I'm trying to keep up with chat. Just give me a sec. Oh, it's gone off my screen now. This is really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. I just think we need to keep an eye on these weird events happening. So if I find out any more on that, I will bring it to you. Obviously, why I'm live, we're here to look at this tree and to investigate what's going on. But we also, if there's anything breaking, we will jump on that as well. Now, the reason why I think this is really, really bizarre this is the second arrest. Just going back to the tree a moment, I'm just going to get this up. There's been a second arrest, a 69. Hello, Sawan. Hello, everyone coming in. I'm sorry I'm not speaking to chat, but I want to do this like in a video format, as though I was just making it about one thing. The fireball ended up throwing me off. So yesterday, a couple of days ago, they arrested a 69-year-old man. Now, this is an actual lumberjack. So when they arrested the 16-year-old, they know how stupid they looked, that there's no way a 16-year-old could do that. So it seems to me that they're now trying to pin it onto an actual lumberjack. But again, why? Right, let me just give Paul a wrench. I've cleared all my wrenches off, folks. So if you haven't got a wrench, then I didn't even, I'm putting them back. Don't worry. I'm in Oxford. Alyssa says, Alyssa's here. I wondered why the power dipped for a minute. Oh, really? That's interesting. There's plenty of military places around here, says Annoy. I don't think it's anything on purpose. Practicing troublemaker. Penny often reads chat and interacts, and I'm sure she did tonight. She'd take on board your comments. She never reads chat. That's not true, actually. That's actually not true. I always interact with chat. I just haven't tonight, like I say, because I'm putting together what was going to be done in a video. Okay, I don't interact with chat in a video because there isn't a chat. How can I interact on a video? If you don't like the content, that's fine. But yes, I do always read the chat. Hello, Ellen, my love. But I'm, okay, the people that moan that I don't read a chat, feel free to put a show together and read two screens at the same time and read chat while you're also reading from an article. Good luck with that. I did Cosmic War Toad. Okay, now this is the latest. So, okay, darling, I just cleared them all because we had another wrong gun. So if there's someone causing trouble in chat, just block them. I'm not in the mood. Exactly, Finola. So, Sycamore Gap Tree felling. Now, this is where I think this gets really, really strange. Now, when they arrested the 16-year-old, I was prepared to just think, well, they've obviously got it wrong. And now they've arrested a real lumberjack. So they've realised they need to try and blame somebody who could actually do it. Now, this might not be some sort of ritual. I'm telling you that something doesn't add up with this tree, and I think there's more to it. It doesn't mean that that's what the end conclusion is. It's okay, someone. I didn't just take certain people's. I cleared the whole thing, not just certain people. So, a former lumberjack who was arrested in connection with the felling of the beloved tree has been bailed and declared his innocence as he returned home to a farm where police found a large chainsaw. Hello, JJ. Now, the thing is with this, right? they've already put his photo out everywhere. Right. Okay, Vicky love. They've put his photo out. They've even put his photo out topless. Now, why on earth, if this guy was genuinely under suspicion, your actual name is Troublemaker. It's actually Troublemaker. Just do one. Very grateful for the hard work you do. Oh, well, thank you, Saskia, love. As I say, I was going to do this as a video and just release it as a video. And I thought I'd do it as a live stream because it's just a lot easier and quicker to do it live. And, you know, it also gives you guys a chance to ask any questions at the end when I can read chat. Hello, Mr. Spliffy. Thank you for Nola, love. So this is really weird, right? Why have they photoed him? Now, look at this, guys. They've actually videoed this man. Right, watch this. Oh no.
Humble postcode.
Sorry, guys, we've got
A
an
familiar
ad.
set of letters and numbers, maybe. But what if yours could do something extraordinary? Every Saturday, your postcode could win you and your neighbours a share of $1
Can we skip the ad? Apparently, we can't skip the ad. Okay.
million, meaning the things you've always dreamed
We're
of
just
could
waiting
become a
for it to
reality.
load. Now,
And every month, local charities and good
this is
causes in the
bizarre.
Millionaire Street winning postcode areas
Usually,
will
you're
also
innocent
be
till you're
awarded a
proven
share of £1
guilty,
million.
aren't you? This
Sign up
guy
before
has been
midnight on the
plastered
19th
all
of
over
October
the
and
internet
see what
because
extraordinary
it's like
things
they've
your
tried to
postcode could do.
find, it seems to me like they're trying to find a local lumberjack who they can pin it on. So this guy's been released on bail. He's got no top on and he's being filmed by the press. This is the guy here who's been arrested for it. He's being filmed by the press outside his home. They're trying to embarrass him, right, because he's not got a top on. They're trying to embarrass him. It seems to me that they are trying to place the blame on somebody who could actually physically do the job because he's a lumberjack, he's local, he's an easy target. And it just feels like something doesn't add up here. I might be wrong. So it goes on, like they've named him. Now, hello, Brett. Is that the real Brett? Yeah, it is. Let me give you your wrench back, mate. I demonted everybody, not just you. Here you go. There you go, Brett. Right. Okay. Now, if they genuinely thought that this lumberjack had taken down this tree, right, why would they name him? Yes, Squirrel Sniper gets it. Okay. Squirrel Sniper. I've just downloaded a free ad blocker. Oh, really? What's it called, Bad Gambler? Let me give you a wrench and you can drop the link. Hello, Kathy. Hello, everybody coming in. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just focusing on this. 2 seconds for a shirt. I agree with you, says Loving Scarborough videos, and I've just subbed to you as well. So they've named him. Now, it seems to me like whatever Squirrel Sniper, I'd like to know your take on this because you're really good at this sort of stuff as well. Do you believe that some sort of ritual or something not on here? There's something weird going on. Because they've named him Walter Renwick 69. How could this guy have a real trial when he's already been named and photographed, nips and all, in the press? Well, what happened to innocent till proven guilty? Now, if this guy gets found innocent, which he says he is, yeah, there you go. Squirrel Sniper agrees. Yeah, it's too soon. Are they going to apologise? Are they going to pay money? Because they could just ruin his entire life by naming him. So it says he was seen back at Plankley Mill Farm after being taken into custody with pictures and video showing him standing topless outside a caravan on the property. It is so fake. This is not... Hello, Jacqueline. This is, to me, this comes across as incredibly fake. Minutes before the former lumberjack turned up, they confiscated a 3-foot chainsaw and other possible evidence. I'd like to know, exactly, Kathy, I'd like to know what evidence they had on arresting this man. Is it just because he's local and is a tree surgeon? is a retired tree surgeon and he has a chainsaw. Is that his crime? Did anybody see him doing it? Is his DNA at the scene? I don't think it is. I think they've literally just chosen a patsy for this. Doesn't add up. He was bailed on Sunday afternoon. He was bailed yesterday and he was driven back to his camper van. Now, they're saying a camper van, but he runs a farm. So they're making out he's now a traveller, which I don't think he even is. Hang on a minute. What's this? Highly unlikely. I like your thinking. Why wind farm application nearby was not allowed because of protected trees. There you go. You've hit the nail on the head. See, when I said to you guys it could be some sort of ritual, I didn't say it was a ritual. I said it could be. What is the significance of this tree? What does the sycamore tree mean? And is there more to it? Sunflower Empress agrees as well, but that could also be part of it. Makes sense, yes. But we need to look at dates. Dates mean a lot to them. Hello, Carlos. Dates mean a lot to these people. So it goes on. He was bailed on Sunday and was driven back to his camper van where he declared his innocence, shouting, "I'm effing innocent, right? And that's all I need to know." Mr. Renwick has vehemently denied being responsible for the downing of the 300-year-old tree and seemingly said the saw was proof that he was completely innocent. It just seems to me, hello, Steve Upperlip, there's something, yeah. The fine for chopping down trees is about 20k, says Skip Donahue. It could have been set up, Bridget Blaine, even if it was his saw. So this guy, right, has not been charged. This guy here, he hasn't been charged. He's been arrested and released on bail. This is his farm. And yet we've seen his nipples. We've seen his chest. And we know his name. And he hasn't been charged, let alone found guilty. He hasn't even been charged. What is going on in this country? It's become trial by media now. I remember a time when they couldn't name people until they'd been charged and been in court. Now, once you've been charged and you've got your trial date, you can usually be named. Now, this is the tree here. Now, look at that. That is you all right? Yeah. Just put it all in and we'll share it. Yeah. No, can you just put it in?
It's all in. It's all ready.
Yeah, but I'm not ready yet. I said put it on in 10:15. Right. Sorry, guys, about that. Just put mine warm. Leave it warm. Sorry, guys. So there's the tree there. Now, as you can see, this has not been done by some 16-year-old kid. I think it's pretty obvious. Now, we need to find out how close this farm is to this tree. So there he is there. Now, it says here, Walter Renwick was recently evicted from the property. So we now know that he's obviously in financial trouble. We know everything about this guy, and he now lives in the camper van. But why on earth would he want to cut down this tree? Now, if he's a tree surgeon or a lumberjack, which he says he is, which apparently he is, if anything, he would love trees. You know, we have to understand, why would anybody on this planet or world or whatever you want to call it want to take away that tree? It's sick. It's not even something that young kids would do. I bet it's on a ley line. That's another thing we need to look at. Is there any 5G stuff going on? I don't know, but apparently they wanted to build, hello Amanda, they wanted to build a wind farm. Deke says, I'd like to know what type of wood shaving is on the chainsaw. Why would anybody want to do this? It doesn't make any sense. And I think this is shocking. I think, you know, showing him like that is really bad. And then what's happened to the 16-year-old they arrested? Who's he? What has he just forgotten about now? So it goes on. My chainsaw down here by that barn, but you can see it hasn't been used for ages, he said on Friday. This is when he was first arrested, right? So he said it hasn't been used for ages. The power tool was found in an outhouse by the Northumberland farm, just 8 miles from where Britain's most famous tree stood. Just 8 miles. That's still quite a way. 8 miles isn't exactly round the corner, is it? Before it was cruelly cut down on Wednesday. Right, so Wednesday night it was cut down. So what was the date on Wednesday night? Can someone pick it? Oh, let me just have a look on my phone. Right, so it was cut down on the 27th of October. So what we need to do, is that right? Yeah, it was cut down on the 27th. So what we'll do, we'll have a quick look at our satanic calendar just to see if there's any meaning in there, because it isn't just Satanist stuff. I'll be done in 10. Right, I need to wrap this up in 10 because Al's just done me something to eat. Right, okay. Just trying to look at chat. It is demoralizing. You're correct. No names, especially pictures of anyone arrested for a crime ever released until after the court case. Exactly. And also the 16-year-old as well. Now, if you're old enough to have sex in the UK, which they say you are at 16, why can't you be known for legal reasons? You can't have it both ways. It should be 18 for everything. You know, they can't be named, but they're allowed to do that. It really winds me up how the hypocrisy in this country with ages. So it goes on. The power tool was found in an outhouse, so it was taken down on Wednesday night. So the 27th. When was the full moon? The full moon was Saturday night, was it? Detectives have been working around the clock to find out who is behind the shocking felling. Is there no cameras on there either? It's weird because it's a landmark. If you look online, it's actually a landmark. So you would think that there would be a camera set up quite far away, wouldn't you? That can just keep an eye on it. You would think anyway. Not on the tree, but you know, they could put like a pole up. Anything like that should have a camera on there. So it goes on. Mr. Renwick was arrested on Friday night, just hours after telling reporters, "You've got the wrong fella." So it looks like the reporters were there accusing him before he'd even been arrested. He wasn't even arrested and the reporters were there. Specialist search teams descending on his former property at the weekend, and police were still present on Sunday, with cordons seen sealing off parts of the farm. Mr. Renwick, who has lived on the nearby farm his entire life, was evicted last week following a long-running dispute, and he now lives in a camper van. He was the third generation of his family to live there until recently running a campsite. The property's owner, the Jesuits, this gets better, guys. Are you hearing this? He's a fool guy. He's perfect. The Jesuits in Britain own that farm and they've evicted him. It's not him. It's not him. The Jesuits in Britain who own the farm turfed him out on Thursday, forcing him to move into his camper van a few yards away. Eviction notices were displayed on the doors of the farmhouse yesterday. In a series of statements, Mr. Renwick has strongly refuted that he was behind the vandalism of the tree. In a reacting to social media gossip, he said, "The speculation is bloody ridiculous. I'll tell you this much. I wouldn't be so sad to do that. I really don't think this guy's done it." He said, "It was a lovely tree, an iconic tree, but I mean, to go up there and cut that down, I'm not that stupid." He said his work as a lumberjack for 40 years was likely the reason for the rife finger pointing online. Who or what is a Jesuit? Thank you, Michael. I would have to do a whole stream on the Jesuits. I don't think he's done that. I really don't. Why do you think he's done it? Because he's a lumberjack. The thing is, the Jesuits are owning that property. Now, he's the third generation of his family to live in that property. I wonder why he's been evicted. Yeah, they're the people who crucified Jesus. I'd have to do a whole story on them, but they're not very good people, shall we say, the Jesuits, and allegedly, and they own this property. Now, I didn't even know that they owned property. Squirrel Sniper, did you know that this property was owned by the Jesuits, or have you just found out with me? Because I think this makes it even more interesting. Sunflower Empress is also very knowledgeable on this. Hello, babes. Jesuit then. Okay, Terry, it's how I say it. Does it matter? Finola, 9 is the number of the Grand Architect 27 is all over the Nicola Bully case and links with ritual dates regarding it. No, this is all new and makes perfect sense, says Squirrel Sniper. Yeah, Sunflower Empress is all over it as well. I genuinely believe that this bloke, it could be, well, he got evicted on Thursday and the tree was cut down on Wednesday. So no, the eviction was the day after the tree got taken down. Northumbria announced Dunbar Police just hours after a 16-year-old was bailed on custody under investigation. Now, who is the 16-year-old? Have you heard the Jesuit oath? I've looked into the Jesuits a bit over the years. I know that Donald Trump's part of it as well. But I know that I don't want to get too much into it on here, as I like to cover that on my other channel. But the fact that they own that property is all making sense. I think what we're going to have to do is look into this a little bit more. We need to, I'm going to have a look now. Hello, Maltese. Now we know the person who's been accused. We know the date. This is like a little live research. I'll do a part 2. I'm just going to go. I'm going to shut this off now because I want to end this stream because I'm going to have something to eat and I've got a few more things to do. But I will check the fireball before we go. I think we've gathered quite a bit of evidence during this short stream, and we've got a little bit more information. So we now know the person who has been accused. They've put his photo out. We know when it happened, the date. Now here it just says it's now reduced to a stump. Just the 70-foot sycamore was one of the world's most photographed trees. So what are they going to do with the tree? It's my pleasure, mate. Now, what are they going to do with the trees? The question. I've seen you around for years, Squirrel Sniper. I've seen you in other channels as well. I know that you're on the ball. So why are they showing this guy's photo? They're showing his photo and naming him, and they're outside his bloody caravan when he hasn't even been charged. I don't think it is him, stiff upper lip. I want to see justice be served, whoever did this, but I just don't think it's him. There's no evidence. The only evidence that they have in this case is that he's a lumberjack. Now, let me just see before we go if there's anything else been going on with this tree. Just give me a moment. This was just a bit of research, really, just to do it live. So I was going to make a video. I thought, sod it, I'll do it with you. Just seen something about DNA as well. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Right. What's this now? Right. There's something else here. Hold on a minute. What's this? This is on Sky News. This was this afternoon. So all the articles that I'm showing you, I'm putting in the live chat. Thank you, Lulu, love. I'm sorry I've not spoke to chat tonight, but it's just short and sweet, this one. Man devastated. What man? Oh, it's the man who's 69. Okay, they're now calling him man. Are you going to have a look into this, Squirrel Sniper? Would you do me a favour? You don't have to. Have you got my email address? If you find anything, would you drop me an email? You don't have to. Just thought, you know, I can put it in a video or whatever. I'm going to look at the fireball quickly as well. The man, they're just calling him man now, is devastated after National Trust removes sapling near Sycamore Gap. Police said on Monday that a man in his 60s was now been released on bail. So we know about this. Okay, so here we go. What's this? The sapling with the felled sycamore on the right. So they had planted a sapling. There's the tree. I want to know what they're going to do with that tree. It's removed a sapling. With the man, oh my God, this is all acting really, really weird now, guys. Listen to this. They've removed a sapling with the man who put it there saying he's devastated. Hang on a minute. Is the man they're accusing the man who put it there? No. Kieran Chapman planted it on Friday, but by Saturday morning it was gone. So somebody has planted a new one. He said he wanted to try and restore people's faith in humanity. He has been informed, this guy here, by the National Trust that they would have to remove it because the site is protected World Heritage Site. It's just devastating. I generally brought people a lot of joy, and that's been taken. How nasty is that, though? Come on. He's just put down a little tree, you know, in hope of making people think of what it was there, and now they've taken it away. Now we need to keep a close eye on what's next. It says here, what is next? What are they going to do there? This is why we need to keep an eye on this. Now, how are they going to put a wind farm next to Hadrian's Wall? This is a protected site, remember. Okay, this is where the ritualistic stuff might be coming in. There is a big hole at Sycamore Gap on the route of Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland after a 300-year-old tree was chopped down. Many are mourning the loss of the world-famous tree, but amid the gloom, here we go, ideas are flooding in about what to do next. Listen to this, guys. A stone circle. You couldn't make this shit up. A sculpture or a metal replica where it fell have been floated. One man went to a garden centre and planted a sapling, although this was removed. This is interesting, folks. Are we going to see a stone circle, which would, again, all that would do was confirm that my thoughts about a ritual were correct. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's a ritual. I'm saying, could it be? People jump on things. Whenever I say anything, they pick out words and choose what to pick out, and then obsess over what I've picked out, and then say that I've said it. Right. I'm looking at all options. This is what people do. When people are investigating things, they actually look at all options. And the guy who's been arrested, he's an option on the table. Do I believe that he did this? No. I just don't. But it doesn't mean I'm right. So I'm going to keep you updated. Did Squirrel reply? And you, Sunflower, as well, my love. That's bullshit. National Heritage. That's a cover for another rabbit hole. Hello, cat love. I'll give you a wrench. Let me just read back. Did he reply? Yeah. So that's the latest on the tree. Now, before we go, I'm going to give you an update on the fireball, and then I'm going to end this stream. It wasn't a news show. It was just a quick update. something doesn't add up about this, folks. You know, something's not right. If something feels off, trust your gut, is all I say. Now, are they going to blame it on a lightning strike? Are they going to blame it on Russia? Because that's their favourite one, isn't it? Is it a test run for something? What is in it? Right. Okay. This is interesting. I've got an update here. And it goes on. It says that an explosion at Oxford recycling plant. Listen to this, folks. This is what they're saying it was after a lightning strike. So it was just a lightning strike. Where's the storm? Now, if you're in Oxford, have you had lightning tonight, guys, by any chance? Any lightning tonight? Because I didn't know there was a storm tonight. We've had thunderstorms where I was. So they're now saying we have had a little lightning. They're saying now that this was a lightning strike that blew up a plant. Now
That's massive.
This looks like it's like a mushroom. What was that? What's this? Is that a bird? Hang on. Watch this. Let me just slow this down. Turn the volume off because it's going to sound like it's... Start again. Right, I've slowed it down. So this...
That's massive.
I do believe as well some of this is AI. Is it a bird? I think it is. Wouldn't look that big though from that distance. That's weird. So this is tonight, guys. This is breaking news. This is in Oxfordshire, and a massive fireball. And as you can see, it's caused this massive cloud of an explosion. It can be seen here from the motorway. If you're watching now and you didn't know about this, this has happened tonight. Now, Bridget's in Norfolk. She said she could hear it from where she is. She's a good, what, 50, 60, maybe more miles away. So there you go, folks. What has caused this? Now, they're now saying that witness reported seeing a fireball light up the night sky after the blast at the Severn Trent Green Power Plant. The company said the strike caused one of its biogas tanks to explode. It says nobody has been injured. Severn Trent Green Power processes food waste turning into biogas. Residents have reported power outages. The recycling plant said it was working with emergency services to secure the site. The statement said it is believed that lightning struck gas containers at the site during bad weather. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I smell bullshittery yet again. What was the weather forecast? You're all right, Vicky, love. It was a last minute thing, darling. I didn't give you much warning at all. I was about to make a video. I thought I'd jump on live. Looking out the window, it sounded strange, says Bridget. Things just don't add up. And when things don't add up, my brain starts working. Maybe a display celebrating upcoming food shortages. Yeah, I think that we all have to be aware. Hello, Elaine. It did look AI. That bird, the way that bird flew over didn't look real because it was too close. What are people saying in chat? We've had a little lightning. All them batteries, says Kelly. Start of the apocalypse. I think that's what this is about. They're trying to scare us, but we need to keep an eye on that tree has got significance in this. Next thing, we'll find out the plant is next to a national heritage site. How dare you? How dare you? So anyway, there you go, guys. I've given you an update on the tree. I think we need to be careful and jump into any conclusions. You know, blaming it on the guy or the 16-year-old. Again, it might be the man, but he's screaming his innocence, which is what an innocent person would do. And the fact that they've named him and gone to his house before he was even arrested. He wasn't even arrested and they were at his house. And the Jesuits own the property. And he's lived there for 3 generations. Seems to me like they're setting him up. They are setting this guy up. Something doesn't add up here. If anyone locally knows this man, if you're in that area, please get in touch with me. You can email me. I would love to speak to you. If anyone knows this man, or if anybody knows the area, because I'd like to speak to him. Maybe he would come and talk to us. Had update on tree. They're trying to blame it on this man, but I don't think there's something not right there. Oxford is an important place and they are at the forefront of the WEF agenda, says Sunflower Empress. Right, guys, I'm going to go now. We're going to keep an eye on this. I would like, yeah, bad gambler. I agree 100%. That is pretty much, what's the chances of that? He has a right to be there. I think so for Nola, but I don't believe he's gone and hit that and done that tree. Remember, the tree was taken on Wednesday and he was evicted on the Thursday. Now, we need to know, what was he evicted for? What was he evicted for? Was it because he didn't pay his rent? Was he too noisy? What we need to know more. And what have the Jesuits got to do with this? The fact that they own that farm is quite interesting to me. And again, I want justice for the tree. Well, you're never going to get justice. Even if you hung, drawn and quartered the person who did it, it's not justice. Justice would be getting the tree back. Thank you, Maltese. Could he actually legally own the farm after living there? That's what I was thinking. We just need to keep an eye on this, don't we, Squirrel Sniper? Like I say, if you see anything, would you please email it me, because something doesn't add up. The leasehold, says Anne. Are you local, my love? The leasehold was up over a year ago. Right, okay. So he owned the lease. No, he owned the land. He owned the building, what the land is on. Is that what you mean? You can't replace the tree tone. I know. I've got it. You've got my email address, have you? You've got it, yeah? Drop me an email, please, if you've got any information, and we'll do a part 2. What I'll probably do is do a news show tomorrow, maybe, and we'll cover this tree in the news show. Hello, North Country Girl. It can be, yeah. When I owned property, it was... I owned a property on land that was leasehold, and there was like 100 years on the lease. Now, usually most leases for 100 years. If you buy property and the lease is down to like 50 years, it's not worth it. So it could be that it was a 100-year lease. They owned the actual property, but they don't own the land. And the Jesuits have said, right, when this lease is up, you can do one. But it's a very difficult situation, because if you've been living there on that property and that's your actual farm, yeah, never buy lease. Unfortunately, you have to now quite often. But that says to me that the Jesuits or the Jesuits or whatever you want to call them, right? The Jesuits, they own a lot of land in that area. I think we need to do a little bit of investigating to see when this wind farm was put in. They wanted to put a wind farm in, and good point, Sunflower. And also, how much more land do the Jesuits own? Do they own the land where the tree fell? There's a lot of questions that have come up tonight that are making my brain work, overtime. All right, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm at football tomorrow night with Jack, so I won't be home till about 9 o'clock. So I may or may not have time to jump on. What I might do is an afternoon news stream, which I used to do before. If I get time, I'll do an afternoon news, or I might do a late news, or I might just wait till Wednesday night. So, but in the meantime, if anyone gets any information, just drop me an email. I don't always reply. I'm really snowed under. So if I don't reply, I'm not purposely ignoring you. I'm just dead busy. Jesuits aren't real Christians. Tony Blair is one. And Tony Blair's a Fabian, Terry Knowles. He's not a Jesuit. Donald Trump's a Jesuit. And he admits it as well. Thank you, Nanny. Thank you. That is no lightning strike. I agree, Vicky. Thank you, Tone. Right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And just keep your ears and eyes open. Just question everything is all I'm going to say. Right. Lots of love. Night night.